There are a lot of issues in the upcoming 2020 election. One involves the idea of vote by mail. Vote by mail is on the increase. In 2016, the last presidential election, 1/4 of all ballots cast were sent through the mail. That's more than 34 million people voting by mail. Vote by mail is essential for American citizens who don't live in the country. People like military personnel, diplomats who work overseas in the embassies of the United States. There are also thousands of Americans who work for U.S. companies in their overseas offices. Here's how vote by mail works. There are two kinds of vote by mail, universal and something called absentee balloting. It varies from state to state what type of vote by mail system is used. With universal vote by mail, mail-in ballots are sent to every registered voter, whether they ask for a ballot or not. With absentee balloting, voters must specifically request an absentee ballot be sent to them. For either method, returning the ballots are the same. They're returned in a secure way. They have special envelopes which election officials can verify as legitimate. Ballots are sealed until Election Day, and the count is added to the walk-in ballots from that day. So, what's the big deal about vote by mail? Why has it become so controversial? Well, opponents of vote by mail say the process substantially increases the risk of election fraud. They say there are dishonest candidates who will try to influence voters to send in ballots that they're not qualified to use. And they also are afraid that foreign governments may try to interfere with election results. Opponents of vote by mail say there have been over 200 cases of fraudulent use of absentee ballots in the past 20 years. That's resulted in 143 criminal convictions in the area of vote fraud. Supporters of vote by mail say there's no evidence that voting by mail results in significant fraud. As with in-person voting, the threat, they say, is infinitesimally small. Supporters of vote by mail say that vote by mail is more convenient, so it allows for more voter participation, and vote by mail is popular among Americans. Politics does affect the popularity of vote by mail. Among Democratic voters, support for mail-in balloting is very strong. Republican voters, however, are evenly split on the issue. Do some research for yourself, and then you can make an informed decision about vote by mail.